Hello, welcome to Tutors of Life podcast, where we research life so you don't have to. Episode 481. This is your host, Shaun Tutor.
And this is Sam. And this is a talk episode where Wait, what are we doing?
We're tutoring.
This is a tutor episode where the tutors try to teach you something new.
There we go. Heading back from Ashland.
Yes, Ashlandia, as I like to call it. Dude, is that all ice fishermen?
Ice racing.
Oh, that's ice racing?
Ice racing.
That's kind of cool.
That's the ice track we used to always drive on.
Dang, dude.
Yeah, every lunch in the winter was spent out there.
Yeah. I remember we went on it once.
Yeah, we did. With Paul, right?
Yep.
Yeah, years ago.
Yeah. That's kind of cool. So there must actually be a race going on right now.
It looks like it.
Because there's actually people out there.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Anyways.
Those cars look newer than they used to have out there.
Well, no, some of them look pretty old.
No.
Oh.
Years ago, everything was like the square body 80s.
Oh, yeah.
But I think all those cars have probably been ran through that, like they're using early 2000s cars now.
Oh, for sure, yeah.
Damn. So yeah, what's up? What's good?
Just spent a good weekend with family, which was nice.
Nice.
Don't have to pay attention to our child as much because they all take her.
Right. Yeah, which is good stuff.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah, we like to come up, so she obviously is like used to them and not scared of them.
Yep.
Or shy.
Mm-hmm.
She's definitely not shy around them.
No. And I won a gun.
Yeah.
And we went to get said gun. And they're like, we're sorry, but we don't have it here. And I was like, oh. And they're like, do you want to just use it towards a different gun? Or you can take the lower model and we'll give you the difference? And I was like, well, now we've got decisions. So I looked around, but I didn't want to take forever. And so found like a Luger 22, like an old replica of a like World War II gun, handgun. And I was like, yep, let's get that bad boy.
It looks so sweet.
So sweet. Feels so sweet. Nice and heavy.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun gun to shoot.
I think it will.
So, yeah. Did that. Worth it.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Oh. It was just tough because I don't have a plan of like guns I want to buy right now, because I just bought like the last gun on the gun list of guns I wanted at the time.
The priority gun list.
So now I need to make a new gun list of fun guns. And I was standing there like, oh, I just bought the last one I wanted like a month ago, 2, 3, 4 months ago. 4 months ago. I was like, I don't really know what I want.
And I saw that gun, and I was like, that looks like a gun from World War II. And I was like, so that looks cool. Yeah. I just go by looks.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And Shaun also was like, yeah, that is cool. I was like, sweet.
So that's what we did. And so I'm looking forward to getting out and shooting said gun.
Mm-hmm.
I got a couple guns I want to get out and shoot, which will be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, got a couple scopes for some of my rifles. Not from there, but in general.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to do some playing around with guns.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's what you're supposed to do with them.
Oh my gosh, I didn't tell you. And I'll tell you on the podcast because it's cool. I don't know what we're too nerd about, so. So we were talking to, I was talking to Shaun's aunt. Our aunt.
I don't know how that works.
My aunt-in-law. I don't know. Whatever. And she was telling us about how, because she's, like, in charge of the school. She, not the superintendent, right? She's something else.
I know nothing.
Okay. But she has, like, is in charge of the insurance plans and, like, all of that type of stuff. So, obviously, she knows way more about insurance now than I'm sure she ever thought she would. And she said Ashland School is, like, a part of, like, a group with 11 different schools.
Oh, okay.
So, it's, like, one of those, you know, like, pools that you do.
Yeah, yep.
So, everyone puts money in and then, like, it kind of gets divvied out or whatever.
Right,
So
it distributes risk.
Right, so it can lower the cost quite a bit.
Yeah. Distributes, dilutes risk?
Yeah, or something like that. And so she's part of that. And they before, like, their health plan and their pharmacy plan was with the same company. But now there's this company out of Canada that they, like, she said, like, have like 150 prescriptions that, like, people can get for free.
Oh.
And, like, here it would cost a ton of money. But like in
Sure.
Canada you can get it for free, and that just ships it right to their house.
Wow.
Yeah. So they switched to that, and then, like, also obviously, like, the other your other prescriptions obviously aren't, like, on a discounted rate anymore, but you kind of, like, you don't see it up front when you're buying the prescriptions, but you see it on the, like, the back end about, like, their health insurance in general is just cheaper now.
Right.
So they switched to that, so it's not the same company anymore. Well, because it's not the same company, then it's not, like, an all-encompassing, like, oh, since you're getting both through us, then we'll just take care of everything for you.
Right.
So now, what's been happening is the schools themselves have been getting the rebates for, like, the prescriptions. When before, those rebates would just go to the health insurance company because it was an all-encompassing plan.
Oh, cool.
Amanda said in the first quarter, they got $400,000 in rebates. So she's like, so that would leave, like, so then in a year you'd be getting $1.2 million in rebates.
Holy man.
And so it got her thinking. She's just like, okay, where was that money going? Because obviously that money, like, wasn't coming back to us and making our health plan cheaper.
Whoa. That's a lot of money, and you got to figure that's, you said 11 or 13, 11 schools?
11 schools.
Oh, man, if they were each doing that, or even, wow.
Well, so that was like $400,000 for all 11 schools.
Oh, I see. Okay.
But still, like,
Okay, that makes more sense, because I was like, that is so much money.
no,
But yeah, okay, still, where was that going?
Where was that going, right? Because you got to think that's going to help. That has to help decrease their health.
The premiums and shit.
Right.
Yeah, you would really think so. Wow, that's crazy.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, that was just a very interesting conversation I had this weekend.
That is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Yeah. Let's see. Okay, so what I wanted to tutor about was this. We have been we've had this chat multiple times over the last week.
Mm-hmm.
So I figured this would be a good one. Getting an auto loan.
Okay.
Or getting, we'll go with there and we'll work from there.
Okay.
So, almost everyone where we live needs a vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Because there's not really good, whether it's Eau Claire, up in Ashland, or whatever, there's not really a good bus option. There's not a good, like,
Public transportation.
public transport, right? That's not.
And not everything's in walking distance.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, you kind of need a vehicle where we live. And a lot of stuff spread out, so you kind of need a semi-decent vehicle, right?
Yeah.
Now, that does not mean you need a very nice vehicle, but you need something decent, something reliable for sure. Especially with the winters, you want something reliable.
Mm-hmm.
So you probably don't want the 1990 F-250 I have.
Right.
Because you need something reliable. And we're talking with a few folks about getting a new vehicle and then getting an auto loan. Or people that currently have an auto loan getting rid of their vehicle and buying a cheaper car with cash, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if people truly think about the price of a newer vehicle with a loan.
Yeah.
And a lot of situations, I don't think it's worth it.
Getting a loan?
A newer vehicle with a loan.
Okay, yeah.
So, what we were talking about with one person was like, the loan is around $500, just shy of $500 a month, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then you have your insurance and you need comprehensive and collision because you have a loan on it. And it's a newer vehicle, so you want to anyways. And they're not 26 yet.
Mm-hmm.
And so the insurance on that is like $200 something a month. So you're talking all in about $700, right around $700 a month for your car. Well, if you're living by yourself and you're already, paying rent on a house and you got to pay your utilities, and now you have to pay your $700 just for your vehicle, and then you got gas and maintenance. Granted, it's probably under warranty, so maybe not maintenance, but you still got to do oil changes and stuff, and gas. That's a big expense.
Mm-hmm.
That's a really big expense.
Oh, yeah. Because $700, you could do so much with that in a month.
Yeah, you really can. You can do a shit ton with $700. Or you save that $700 for a year, and you've got, $8,400?
Yeah.
You could take like 2 pretty nice fucking vacays with that.
Yeah.
Like real nice vacays
Yeah.
with $8,400. Or one nice vacay, save $4,200, and that $4,200 can go towards whatever, another vehicle down the line because you drive a beater.
Right. I mean, just in general too, like if you just save that for a year, that could be, okay, let's say you save that for 2 years. That could be a pretty nice chunk down payment on a house.
Yeah, definitely.
Could be a nice vehicle.
Yeah.
A lot of things.
Yeah. Yes, it could. Well, so here's the issue, right? People aren't saving money in general. It's a lot of them. And so people aren't saving money. So they get an opportunity to buy a car for, let's say, somewhere's in the realm, I see $2,000 to $5,000 cash for a car, right?
Mm-hmm.
They don't have it. They don't have the money to buy it in cash. And typically when you're buying something like that, you need to clean it. You need to put new tires on it. You need to do new brakes. It's typically, like, I've bought a lot of cars, and a lot of cars I've bought down in that realm, you pretty much always need to do brakes, tires, oil change, cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
So, granted, I always did it myself. But doing it myself, it was still
Time,
$500-ish bucks for your tires, your oil and brakes were, $250, or no, usually about, $400-ish of material. And so, you're all in deep an extra $1,000 just like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got detail and stuff. Now, if you had to bring that into someone, it's going to be even more. Probably $800-ish to $1,000 for your brakes and oil. And then you still have the same amount for tires, because I don't do my own tires. And then if you're bringing it for a detail, instead of that being free, you're going to pop a $250 on it. So what I'm getting at is most people don't have that cash saved. They don't take this mindset early on and start saving. So they just spend their car payment,
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people, I guess what I'm getting at, they can't even enter the realm to get this because they don't have money. But let's entertain that you did save up a few bucks and you could. Well, we can let's use the truck example we were offered. Truck, $1,000. You're probably gonna need to put $500-ish into it right off the bat, right? So you're $1,500 for this truck. Good truck. It'll last you a long time. Got a really good engine. It's came from Texas, so pretty much not rusty, right? Minimal rust.
Mm-hmm.
a truck's going to last you. If you take care of a truck, it's going to last you 10 years. And we've drove it a lot. I mean, I've drove it up to Canada and back.
Yeah.
You know, I've to Eau Claire and back. Like, it's a good truck. Sam would kill me if I got it. Still thinking about it. Anyways, you get something like that. Insurance on that, and I know because I've got one, $35 a month. Now, I'm 30. I got a good driving record, so, you know, you're younger, you don't have as good of a driving record. $50 to $60 a month for that car, for insurance.
Yeah.
So you're going from, you know, like my Evo, right? My Evo is $100 a month. It's in storage right now, so that's down to like 35, whatever. But when I'm out driving it for the summer, it's $100 a month. When I was younger, that would have been $200 a month.
Oh, yeah.
And so, I mean, just think of that difference right there, right? What I'm getting at is you get that truck for $1,500 all in. And then it costs you $50 a month to have.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of $700.
Yep.
So you're saving $650 a month that you can now set aside and save. And so deals like that truck aren't around all the time. I'm very aware. What do? Stack that cash for when, you know, and like I was talking to Craig about a little bit, you know, you got a cheap car, save money. When an opportunity presents itself before that car or truck becomes an issue, and you find a good deal on a car for 10, buy that sucker with cash, and now you got a good, reliable, nice vehicle that you were looking at for a couple years. You snag that sucker up. Now you like are locked in with a good vehicle for a long time, and you keep running your beater.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there reaches a point when you don't have to do this kind of stuff. You know, you start to make a little extra money. You cycle through a few vehicles. You make some money and you can drive a newer vehicle, and you don't have to go through all this. But I'm getting at, like, let's get you out of debt. Let's get you into a house if you want a house, and, you know, have a what are they? Emergency fund.
Yeah.
Figure out what it'd be to, you know, start funding retirement. You know, it's just the basics. Once you have all that shit, you're in a house, you got the retirement you're funding, you got the extra money, and you want to buy a nicer vehicle. All right, I'm not knocking you on it. You got it in your budget, you know. Until you've reached that point, what the fuck are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
What are you doing?
Yeah.
That's what I got. What do you got?
Yeah, I just feel like it goes back to the whole consumerism type of thing. Everyone thinks that they need to have the next best thing. Or they're like, well, this car's cheap, so it's probably not reliable. And yeah, sure, you are going to have a couple of those. But, like, for the most part, if you do your research, like, you should be able to know if it's going to be good or not.
Yeah.
Some of our favorite cars, I think we've gotten for less than $5,000.
Oh, dude, I know multiple of my favorite vehicles offhand that were under $5,000.
Yeah. And that's what we did. We just, obviously, now the market has changed a little bit. Like, you aren't able to get, like, a decent car for $1,000 anymore.
Right.
Like, you're gonna probably have to spend like 3, 4, 5.
Yeah. Typically.
Yeah. But even if you do that, if you have to get a loan on that, if you have to, it's gonna be still so much less than $700 a month.
So then that is where I wanted to caveat myself, was right there. So your other issue that we got to think about is we live in a world of credit, and you want to have a credit score. So when I was younger, my parents got me a bank account, and they encouraged me if I wanted to take out an auto loan. They would co-sign and it would help me build my credit. Well, I built my credit, and then I got a credit card when I was 18 and used that and whatever, and that helped kind of like get me rolling in life a little bit, especially when I started the business and needed a credit card to live on, which is not good, but I did it. And then helps you buy a house down the line and stuff. So there is that argument.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't disagree, because credit can get you better interest rates when you go buy a house.
Right.
So there is the realm like starting to build your credit early through doing those things. So doing it with a lower value car might not be the worst idea, but
or if you have the money, and you just want to get a loan on it so you can build your credit too. It's not bad.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly. Or like I said, maybe you saved up that money, you found that vehicle for 10. You're like, you know what, to build up my credit so I can have a credit card, and then I can start building my credit, using the credit card every month, paying it off by its due date, and building so you can buy a house in 5 years. Well, and that becomes a thing where you have to look at it and go, you know what, I'm going to do this to build credit. I understand it's going to cost me $2,000, but I'm willing to pay that $2,000 to build credit because I'm responsible.
Mm-hmm.
I don't love loans. I don't love consumer loans. I don't do auto loans anymore. We don't do loans on anything but houses. So I don't love it, but it's one of those things that it can really help you establish yourself.
Right. But yeah, it's just I just totally believe that people think they get judged for having a older 2000s car,
right,
versus 2020 whatever.
Oh yeah, right.
And Shaun and I we like our 2018 4Runner, but we would prefer 2005.
Oh, it's stupid, dude. It's a nice, the 2018 is really nice and I like it, but I prefer an 05 for sure. It's stupid.
So yeah, it's just taking your time and doing the research to find a better vehicle that's cheaper to get versus getting a loan.
Correct.
I think it's just such a better choice. So much better. But then if you do that, keep in mind, if you're like, okay, I was ready to spend $700 a month on a car. Now, let's say you only have to spend $300 a month on a car. Well, you better be saving that extra $400.
Yes.
Don't be blowing it on other stupid shit.
Right. Which leads me right into my next point of how many motherfuckers are out there living without a budget.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, I hate to preach it, but you gotta, no matter what, I don't even care how wealthy you are. You should be living within a box. It's the typical thing of if you think something's going to take you 1 week, it's going to take you a week and a day.
Mm-hmm.
If you've got to get something done, Elon Musk talks about this. If you got to get something done for $1 million, it's going to cost you $1,100,000.
Mm-hmm.
But if you cut that down and you go, well, we got to get this done for $100,000, it's going to cost you $110,000. It's like the law of 10%. It's always 10% more than you expect. So it's like looking at something and go, okay, the standard's $1 million. Let's get it done for 100. And now you're put in that box, right? Mm-hmm. The same thing goes for your budget and your living. If you do not give yourself a budget, you're going to, whatever's in your account, you're typically going to exceed by 10%.
Yeah.
If you're in a budget and you shrink that budget, and your budget can be like, once you get good at it, your budget doesn't have to be like, oh, I've got $300 for this, $200 for like. That is where I believe you should start. But once you get good at it, it could just be like, no. I've got, $5,000 that goes in my checking a month, and I've got to live within that. Well, I took in, my budget was, I get $7,000 a month, and I put $1,000 into my savings, $1,000 into my investments, and then $5,000 into my checking.
Mm-hmm.
So you're still on a budget. It's not like a written down, everything goes exactly here, but it's like, I know I've got to live within $5,000. That's a budget.
Yep.
I believe if you are not good at shit and you have not done this a lot, you should really like break it down per thing. Use the envelope method if you have to, whatever, to like really get your shit dialed in and see where you're spending your money. But like Sam and I, we're at a point where we've been budgeting for so many years that we can go, this is how much money we got in our checking account, and we just know essentially what we can spend.
Yeah.
And so it's like, hey, maybe we've gone out and gotten breakfast one too many times this week. Next week we need to not.
We need to reel it in.
Yeah, we got to reel it in. We had breakfast out for the office 3 times last week. Well, I was $75 every morning. Let's reel it in. And then next week we're not getting breakfast for anyone.
Yep.
So that kind of shit,
It takes time.
It takes time to learn and understand, have a general idea, but once you get good at it, it's easy to like know, and then it's not so diligent and militant, because a lot of people when I bring up a budget think of like, oh, that you got to be really militant, you got to like be in this structure, in this box, you can only do so much. Yeah, at first. But then when you get good at it, it's like knowing macros and shit. It's like, I have a pretty general idea when I'm eating in a day. If I'm like, oh, I've had, this much to eat so far today, I'm like, well, I probably need to smack down a steak tonight to hit my protein. Or, no, I'm rolling pretty good, honestly. We could just, grab a fucking burrito.
Yeah.
And I'll be all right. But there's times to know, like, nah, dude, I'm going to have to sit down and smoke a porterhouse tonight to get my protein going for the day, because I fucking was running around and grabbed a little sandwich for breakfast. Lunch, I only had a fucking 2 burgers, so I'm lacking on my protein for the day.
Yeah, and one of those things, too, like, honestly, the best way to start, like, if you don't know, like, what your box should be yet, the best way to start is just by writing it down.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with tracking your time, with tracking your food. Like, you just have to start recording it. Otherwise, you're not going to know.
Right.
It's when you start recording it, then it kind of helps you guilt trip yourself almost, I would say.
Yeah, it does.
Like, when you have to put in your app, oh, I had 2 cinnamon rolls today, it's going to make you feel like shit. Like, having to put that in there. And then you'll see the number, too, of how many calories you ate and how much grams of sugar you had. And you're like, man, that makes me feel like shit even more. Like, I should really not eat 2 cinnamon rolls. And so it's the same thing. Like, when you start tracking where your money's going, then it gives you a bird's eye view of what you're doing. And so, I mean, there's, like, some times where we'll be writing through our stuff and we're just like, okay, we've been buying a lot of shit on Amazon lately. Like, what is going on? And it's just like, oh, well, actually, we ran out of detergent here. We ran out of this here. Oh, but we did buy a couple of things that we really didn't need.
Right.
And so just by writing that stuff down, it helps you realize, like, where everything is going. And then you're just like, okay, so now I know, like, we need to hold off on buying things from Amazon.
Yeah, dude, it's so true. And it's like anything. Tracking your time. We've talked about writing your time down by the minute, how you spend your time in a day. And if you do it honestly, same thing with tracking your calories, same thing with tracking your finances. Those 3 things, if you do that, it's essentially your, like, time, relationships, your money, and your health. You track those things and you actually see where all those things are going, you're going to have a rude fucking awakening.
But then you can start changing and really have a better life.
Oh, dude, okay, guys. I don't think you understand. I really, really don't think a lot of people understand this. Being disciplined and strict leads to a better life.
100%.
I was just talking to my buddy Nate about this. The more disciplined the more disciplined I've been in life, the more I've enjoyed my life.
Yeah.
The less disciplined, the less I enjoy my life. It is so, because when you're disciplined, you're in control. You're controlling your time. You're controlling your finances. You feel so good about yourself because you did not waste the time scrolling that day. You were strong enough to not eat that fucking cinnamon roll. You made sure you got your ass up and fucking hit the gym in the morning. You know, the more disciplined you are, like, and he agreed with me completely. Him and I both agreed that, like, the more disciplined we are, the better our lives are.
Yeah.
The less disciplined we are, the more we, like, don't like ourselves.
Right. Because, like, yeah, sure. When I ate that cinnamon roll, did I enjoy it?
Oh my God, they're so
100%.
good.
It was
They're
so delicious.
Good, dude.
But then guess what? Then about 10, 15 minutes later, when I have a stomach ache, because I just ate so much sugar and food,
Right.
I'm like, fuck, why did I eat that? Why couldn't I have just controlled myself and not ate that cinnamon roll?
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I would have probably made Amanda feel bad for not eating it. So
Oh, but it's something. It's one of these things. You and I could have just split one,
Yeah.
and that's it. We didn't have to eat 4 this weekend each.
right.
You know, and there's things like that.
Yeah, we could have controlled ourselves, and
Yep.
like, yes, we could have still enjoyed life, but we could have also made ourselves happier by being in control more.
Right. Yeah, dude. I mean, some of, like, the best and happiest I was when I was, like, I trained every day for an hour. I cold showered every morning. I fasted. I did 14 to 16 hour or 14 to 18 hour fasting every day. Like, that was when I was, like, the best in life. Like, everything was great because I was very conscious of the time I was spending doing shit, very conscious of my health, and, like, work was going really well too because I had more time.
And I bet you just felt good overall.
I felt great. But then it's a domino. You know, you start, I missed a cold shower, and then maybe I don't hit the gym, and maybe I don't turn down that cinnamon roll. And then next thing you know, I'm
Having a sweet every single day. I'm only working out 3 days a week.
right. Well, then it bleeds into work. Well, now I'm not time blocking anymore, and I'm taking more phone calls when I should be doing, like, structured work. And it's just shit like that, like, once it starts, you know, that first domino falls, it just keeps going and going and going and going and going until, like you said, sweet every day. I'm fucking not as strict at work. You know, it's crazy how much that shit really does, like, start falling.
You bleed into one spot, and then it just keeps going.
Right. But if you can pull all that shit back in, like,
If you can pull one area in, the rest will come with it.
it's that baby step. You just got to get that first foot in the right spot. So, like, if Sam and I want to be dialed again, all we'd have to do is, like, the first step in going the right direction, no more stopping at the coffee shop. And so if we can stop going to the coffee shop, that's, like, one step. Because when I go to the coffee shop, it's not just grabbing a coffee. I grab the coffee, and I grab a cinnamon roll, and I grab Sam a croissant. And
So then we're doing two things there. We're not spending money,
Yep.
and we're not eating garbage.
exactly. So it's like, it's that little, like, step. And then instead of doing that, when we get to, you know, the office or wherever we're going, we hit fasted instead to there, and then we eat a good clean meal. Well, and then we don't feel like shit, so then we automatically get into the gym. And so now we did another step, you know, and so we're like 3 levels deep. Food's good, training's good, and our diet or food, training, money is good, right?
Mhm.
Well, now we are feeling good and pumped. Well, perfect. Now is the great time to go in and fucking get after work. You know, our work is time blocked. We can get after work.
Mhm.
So it's all just these domino effects.
Yeah.
What you
Yeah.
thinking?
So just make one little change. I'd say a week. Stick to it, and you can slowly improve everything.
Yeah, for sure. I would say, guys, I would really look at a long-term look at a lot of stuff and kind of ask yourself, like, is it worth getting this auto loan?
Mhm.
Is it, you know, should I be running a budget? Like, just start asking yourself, like, what could the alternative look like if I did X, Y, or Z?
Right.
So
Okay. Well, we are at stop number 1.
we're at stop number 1. All right, gang. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed it. I hope you get some your discipline under control, and we'll catch you on the next one.
See ya.